Welcome to day 9 of the Paralympic Games Paris 2024. A hazy sunrise this morning over this resplendent city, just bedecked in history and architecture. And speaking of architecture, one of the more modern buildings is where we are right now, the South Paris Arena. Hall number 4, table number 1, and that's the lineup for today. We begin with Will Bailey, the world number 1, versus Jean-Paul Montanus of the Netherlands, world number 4 in class 7. That's how this semi-final came to be. My name is Rory McAllister, I'll be your commentator, and I'm alongside John McPherson, who for 15 years was the Canadian national coach.
Should be a really good match. They've met before, and I believe Mr. Bailey won that one. 3-1, I believe. Anyway, it should be a very competitive match. Again, they know each other well. There's not going to be any surprises here. But let's see if William Bailey can exact another opportunity for another gold medal. Regardless, both these individuals will win medals. We're there now in the semis, so remains to be seen. But I think we're in for a really good match.
Just have a shot of Will Bailey's parents, Gary and Chrissy, waving the Union flag. Here comes Will Bailey. This is a repeat of the European final in Sheffield last year. That match finished 3-1 to Will Bailey. So players now meet their coaches after being in the call room before the match. And well, the Dutch look in good spirits. Meanwhile, Andrew Rushton and Will Bailey get prepared for this men's semi-final in class 7, a repeat of the European final from Sheffield last year. And as John was saying a few seconds ago, I think we're in for a real treat here.
Oh, we certainly are. We're getting ready for their 2-minute warm-up and the coin toss. Again, I think we'll see an excellent match. You see the rackets are on the table. They are there to be observed. In fact, Montanus is looking at the rackets now, checking out Bailey's rackets, what kind of rubbers that he uses. These days, there's a lot of unique rubbers which produce unique spins. So that is why the rackets are 2 different colors, so that the opposing player will know exactly when the ball is being struck and if there is a different type of rubber or spin to prepare for that. These players at these levels know this stuff well. Doesn't mean they can adapt in a millisecond, but they're well prepared, and we'll see whether or not there's any discrepancies in that as they prepare with their warm-up.
So the umpire just doing the toss, deciding the serve. It's Nadia Gachem of Tunisia. As John was explaining, both players have been inspecting each other's rackets, and the warm-up will now begin, and that will take place over 2 minutes.
Now this is unique. Bailey went and checked both sides of the table for lighting. I haven't seen that yet at this competition, because he does have choice, if he's won the toss, of service, give the service to his opponent, or choose sides. And he did, he checked both sides out. It's interesting. There sometimes can be a little bit of a glare, but at these high-level tournaments, at the Paralympics, Olympics, World Championships, European Championships, the lighting is very standard and is at the highest level, so there should not be any discrepancy at all.
So it's Will Bailey, 36 years old now, world number 1 in class 7. This is his route to the semi-final. 3-love in the round of 16 and 3-1 in the quarter-finals. Meanwhile, for the world's number 4 at class 7, Jean-Paul Montanus, 31 years old. And his route to the semi-final. There was that match against Ben Despinu of Belgium, 3-1, and then Jonas Hansen, 3-1. So neither player going to a 5-game decider. There's Najed Gatchiem, Tunisia, who's the umpire. And assistant umpire from France is Isabelle Rousset.
Should mention just prior to starting, this service needs to be on a flat palm, projected up a minimum of 16 centimeters. If you're unable to use it with your non-playing hand or service, then there can be accommodations made as long as the ball's projected up and your opponent can see the ball prior to it being struck by the racket. Actually, should be seen the whole time prior to striking the ball with your racket.
In singles, when it comes to serving, it's just a case of getting it over the net. In doubles, they serve right to left if you've been watching some of the doubles matches. And it also has to go over the centre line of the table as well. So this warm-up drawing to a close, and we're about to get underway with the men's singles Class 7 semi-final at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Will Bailey of Great Britain, the world #1, versus Jean-Paul Montenus of the Netherlands, world #4. This is a repeat of the European Championship final from last year in Sheffield. Bailey took that one 3-1. Here we go for the first game. And Montenus to get the service going with his first of 2 serves.
Nice start for Bailey. 2 points off his opposing player. It's been a service warning. The umpire doesn't feel that Bailey's projected the ball up straight enough. He's pulled it back a bit. Apparently, I think Bailey disagrees, but he'll adjust. That's a great ball that Montenus took off the net, because that ball is full of spin. He adjusted in that millisecond to adapt and was successful with the point. That's well done.
Bailey 2 points in front, now has 2 serves. Wants to win his service points, try and get 4 points clear. It's a good situation there when Montenus was able to drive Bailey back from the table and keep him there until the point was finished. Most players like to stay fairly close to the table, especially the aggressive ones. Warning service. This time a point was taken. He's saying the ball was not projected high enough out of his hand. Both Bailey and the umpire are having a discussion on this. He is not pleased. Bailey is not pleased, of course. Coach is now having a discussion with the umpire. This is very early in the match. You don't want this to become a distraction.
So there's no surprise or discussion since there's already been a service fault, a warning and a service fault.
So Andrew Rushton, Will Bailey's coach, goes back to take his seat after the second time. The umpire has pulled Bailey up for his service. But the ball needs to be tossed a minimum of 16 centimetres, and the umpire feels that Will Bailey wasn't going high enough.
Since there's been 2 service violations already, this set of services is going to be interesting.
So Montanus has levelled this 5-5. Bailey taking those last 2 points. So now goes 1 in front.
The towel break right now, you're allowed to have a towel break every 6 points. It can be used strategically by a player just to slow things down and have a second thought.
So 6-all between the 2 players now.
Nice combination rally. Montanus kept him pinned there and did not change where he was going. 3 or 4 balls in the same spot. Montanus is also a left-handed player. Sometimes those combinations can be a little interesting.
So this opening game continues to be very close, 7-7.
Montanus has not covered that ball well, simply trying to cover it with his racket, angling the blade in and taking all that energy from Bailey's shot and sending it back. Just off by a fraction. Nice rally. This time Montanus, what he did was pinned him on his opposite side and kept it there repeatedly for 4 or 5 shots. And then he decided to go to the middle, and he missed. What we call counter hitting, which is usually less spin and more speed.
So Montanus won't want too many more of those, because it's set up now a game point for Will Bailey in this best of 5. First player to reach 11 by 2 clear points wins the game. And Will Bailey, the world #1, punches the air. He's really pumped. Was warned twice by the umpire about his serve. Andrew Rushton, the coach, also intervened. And the British contingent go crazy. And flags of Will Bailey's Brighton Table Tennis Club as well. And takes that first game 11 points to 7.
Saw something interesting there. But he went over and he smiled at the referee, or umpire, pardon me. So I think that was just a little thing at, hey, I forgive you. And now let's see where this takes us, because that could have been very fragmented for him. He could have been really, really, really angry.
Great shot from Montanus on that return. Will Bailey 1 game up. That ball goes high. And Montanus just able to come in with the forehand, smash it down. Will Bailey unable to get that back to the table.
That was a strong, powerful attack right off the serve. Perhaps the serve was a little too long, and Bailey took advantage of that one. There doesn't seem to be any sustained continuity yet in Montanus's play. It just seems to be a bit hot and cold. I don't see any strategy yet. It's just trying to get the ball back on the table, but I don't see any tactics yet.
First match of the day as well, so you don't really have too much of the day to even sort of get yourself into the rhythm of the occasion. Just come out and play. First match on table 1. And now the Britain 4 points in front in this second game. Best of 5.
That ball has a whole lot more spin than it looks. Bailey's stroke is really compact. It's quick and it's fast, and he can produce spin very quickly. It was a nice forehand by Montanus. I'd like that. He has to do more of that. Nice patience and a nice backhand by Bailey.
Great precision there from Bailey as well. Saw that gap. And Montanus just unable to get all the way across despite his height and reach. So Bailey now 5 points in front in game 2. Jean-Paul Montanus now cheering, got a point back, because if it had gone another point, a 6-point gap at this sort of level is a real task and a real ask to come back from that sort of gap.
Both the players take their second towel down. Very quick one.
I think with every point that Montanus wins back, we're going to hear those cheers. The world number 4 fired up and doesn't want to go 2 games down.
Again, I just sense it's a little soft. And although he's more and more passionate, he's just not finishing his points. Another example there, a good counter-hitting rally, but he's at the wrong end of the score, or the point in this case.
So Will Bailey now sets up game point, and this is to go 2-love in front. Montanus claims a point back. Second game point now for Bailey, the world number 1 in class 7. And that's the second game for Will Bailey. That's his family he's looking over to. His mother and father and the rest of the contingent who are making so much noise. And Will Bailey is now 2 games in front in this semi-final. It's the best of 5, so Bailey only needs 1 more. For Jean-Paul Montanus, he needs 2 games in a row in order to try and stay in this semi-final.
Keep doing what you're doing. Use that positioning, think about that positioning, right? Working that middle, working that wide forehand with quality, okay? And then breaking that, right? Just some more. Okay? Quite bad time. Quite bad time.
So interesting, we just heard some of the instructions from Andrew Rushton. Mostly encouragement for Will Bailey to keep doing what he's doing. And so far, he's won the first game 11-7, won that last game 11-6. Terrific shot there to the corner.
Yes. And the really interesting thing was his backhand off of his forehand wing. We see more and more of that now at a higher level. It's not all just traditional forehand to forehand, backhand to backhand. People are using different shots and angles.
So first point in game 3 goes to Will Bailey. Jean-Paul Montanus needs to win this game and the next one in order to stay in this semi-final.
Another example of two backhands on your forehand. When children are taught, certainly, we frown on that big time. But more and more at the higher levels, you see a lot of backhands off people's forehands. And that is a new strategy over the last few years. Because the buildup of the game used to be power forehand, power forehand, power forehand. The backhand's becoming much more an integral part of the attack game.
So first time out called in this match, and no surprise really. Jean-Paul Montanus 2 games down and 3 love down in this third game. So 60 seconds is the allocated time. You don't have to use the entire allocated time, but I think in this instance, that's what's going to happen.
You notice Bailey didn't spend too much time talking to his coach. Because he didn't have to.
Now Will Bailey just wants to get on with this. He's 2 games in front. Meanwhile, for Montanus, needs to win this in the next one, as we were saying a few seconds ago.
A lot of these balls being played down the middle. And Montanus is having just difficulty keeping the rally going. He's not being pressured that much. It's interesting, the Montanus is using pimpled rubber, short pips, and this is not the long pips that causes all the consternation that people have. You can hit with this rubber.
So after 6 points, take a towel break. Quite strategic there, I think, from Will Bailey. Montanus's body language is not looking very positive at all. Apart from that cry of "Allez, come on," when he took that last point a few moments ago, Will Bailey looking in control of this third game. He's 4 points in front. And Montanus, again, the body language just says, what on earth can I do here? These balls that hit the net, sometimes it goes against you.
Just way, way too high and too deep, giving Bailey all kinds of options. Oh, what a brilliant rally that was. We have to see more of that. That's quality.
Yeah, by far and away the best of the match so far. And Montanus finishing it off with that traditional forehand shot of his, using his height and reach. and then goes and fluffs the serve.
Again, the service return is just, frankly, too weak. And Bailey's just teeing off on it.
Well, Bailey now has a game point and a match point. And that's it, it's all over. Will Bailey is through to the final in the men's singles, 7 class, points over to his family. And the rest of the British supporters, with his home table tennis club flag also being waved alongside the Union flag. And his father Gary, mother Chrissy, partner Fiona, and the 2 girls Bella and Grace, I'm sure will be absolutely delighted, of course. Why wouldn't you be? Seeing Will Bailey go through to the final, 3 games to love. 11-7, 11-6, 11-2.
Yes, that was an extremely dominant performance. Right out of the gate. Right at the first points, other than the service issues that he had, he calmed himself down, Bailey, and just went about his business. There wasn't one situation there where he felt threatened or under any duress whatsoever. It was a clinical game, well played. Deserves to definitely be moving on.
Took 2 warnings from the umpire in the first and then second game over the height of his service. The ball toss with that minimum of 16 centimetres. Meanwhile, world number 4, Jean-Paul Montanus of the Netherlands will get a bronze medal. Will Bailey, meanwhile, goes through to the final to contest gold. That's the story of the match. 3 games to love. Will Bailey, the world number 1. Just too dominant today for Jean-Paul Montanus of the Netherlands. A repeat of the European Championship final. That one finished 3-1 to Will Bailey. Today in the semi-final at the Paralympic Games, it finishes 3-1. And Will Bailey of Great Britain is into the final. Jean-Paul Montanus is a bronze medalist at the Paralympic Games. Next match on table 1 is the men's singles semi-final. Zhao Shui of People's Republic of China versus Maxim Nikolenko. World number 4 versus world number 5. So the athletes just making their way into the South Paris arena. We're in Hall 4. This is table 1. Now, John, you were Canadian national coach for 15 years. What are these moments like just before you come out for a match like this?
Well, first of all, being a Canadian, sadly, we never got that opportunity. But I can just imagine a medal. They've got a medal. This is not a matter of, you know, it's a matter of color, medal, right? They've achieved a certain level of success. But both these individuals want more. They want to be in that final medal game for gold and silver. This is just a stepping stone to get there. So I think they're excited. Again, both these players have been in these situations before, so they know what to expect. We got a great crowd, and we'll see what happens here because both of them are highly skilled. So I anticipate a very strong technical match.
So Zhao Shui, world number 4, 29 years old, already a 3-time Paralympic champion. Back in London 12 years ago, he was 17 years old, took the gold medal there. Then he did it again in Rio and again in Tokyo 3 years ago. And he's trying now to get to the final to go for his 4th Paralympic title in a row. Meanwhile, for Maxim Nikolenko of Ukraine, world number 5, 31 years old. Bronze medalist in the singles in Tokyo, was 4th in the singles in London. He has a silver medal at the European Championships from Sheffield last year in the singles, and also took a bronze medal in the doubles.
The coaches certainly would have spent time with their players in the call room prior to coming out, having a little chit-chat about how to present themselves, how to focus, maybe some deep breathing. They know the consequences of the match, winning and losing. So, again, I anticipate them coming out quickly. I see now that Zhao is checking the rackets, first his opponents, then his own. They're always set on the table by the umpire who's brought them out to the table, usually in a sleeve, a bag sleeve, and then the players can take a look at them and understand the rubbers they're using. These days there's so many different types of rubbers and spins that can be created. Double rubber, short, long, sponge, no sponge, between the rubber and the wood. And this creates all kinds of interesting spins and speeds. So that's been done. Zhao is definitely ready to go. Just waiting for Nikolenko to come out and join him. 2 minutes of warm-up. They will toss a coin, decide on serve and side, and then make themselves comfortable in the arena, which is sold out again, and will commence play very shortly.
On table 2, we have the women's single 3 second semi-final. Who's going to meet UGU in the gold medal match?
So the umpire now just doing the toss to decide the service as both players inspect each other's rackets.
Yes, Zhao had already taken his racket. He had been out there 2 or 3 minutes in advance, and of course Nikolenko went to check his racket out. Maybe they have not played in a while. They're both from different zones in the world, so it could be that they have not seen each other for a while, but I'm certain they have played against each other. So there could have been a change in styles and strategies. So I want to make sure they know what's on that racket. That will determine, that type of rubber will determine what type of match that will occur.
So this is Zhao Shui's route to the semi-final. 3-love, 3-love. World number 4, 29 years old, up against Maxim Nikolenko, 31 years old. And this is his route to the final, 3-love and then 3-2. So that last quarter-final going to a 5th game decider. This is also the best of 5. And we'll see how this one plays out. There's Jacques Labroue of France, who is the umpire. And the assistant umpire also from France, Louis-Jean Longpère. So the players get 2 minutes for warm-up. That's now coming to a close. And as John was saying a few seconds ago, just time to acclimatise to the arena and this packed crowd. Just great to see another sold-out arena for para table tennis. And if you're anything like me, once you get involved in this sport, it never leaves you. So here we go with game one. Will we see an early advantage? Will we see a close match? Who knows, really? World number 5 from Ukraine, world number 4 from People's Republic of China. So the service just off the flat racket. You're allowed to do that. The ball must go a minimum of 16 centimetres in the air.
What a nice setup rally there. It was a nice build-up by Nikolenko. Thought it went really, really well, and he finished with a wide shot.
So the ball has to be tossed 16 centimetres into the air. Now you can toss it higher than that, but that tends to be the minimum.
Nice forehand drive down to Zhao's backhand. Nice spin. That return there by Nikolenko was just too long and allowed Zhao to attack. Nice power right down at his wrists. Another long service return. First tile down.
After 6 points in the match, that's when you're allowed to take your first towel break. And there's no sort of time limit attached to that, but it's just customary, and you have to get on with it respectively and get back to the table as soon as you can.
Some nice spin shots by Nikolenko. A lot of spin, not a lot of speed, but spin. But Zhao seems to be covering the ball well with his racket. Again, just a little too soft by Nikolenko. He has to put more power in those shots, because if not, Zhao will just turn, pivot, and attack. That was a bit better. There was more speed on that one. Spin was certainly there, but he put more pace behind that, which seemed to be effective. What a brilliant point. That was extraordinary footwork by Zhao. He had to move back and forth across the plane of the table in order to get that point. That was absolutely fantastic. Again, Nikolenko's employing slow, spinny, topspin shots. But right now, Zhao's not having any difficulty returning those.
So if Zhao Shui takes this next point, he'll set up a game point. Goes for the big finish. Doesn't work this time, too long. And it goes 9-6. Nikolenko with the serve.
That was another great rally, but another perfect example of Zhao's ability and his footwork. He went across, again, the plane of the table, smooth strokes, had no real difficulty at all.
And now sets up game point. And that's the first one over. And Zhao Shui takes that first game 11 points to 6 in this best of 5. So advantage to the 3-time Paralympic champion, who's trying to get on the road for his 4th gold medal.
Basically, two things I can say here. Ball is too high, and it's a bit too soft by Nikolenko. That would be my interpretation of that.
So Nikolenko took that first point in game 2, and now it's gone 1-1. Now, if Zhao Shui was to go 2-love in front in terms of games, then it would mean that Nikolenko would then need to win 2 in a row in order to take it to 2-2 and try and go for the 5th game decider. Early stages in this second game of the match.
A bit better. Nikolenko was able to get Zhao off table, backed him off the table, and made good, consistent strokes for spin, deep. Good service variation. Nikolenko has changed his tactics. He's trying to be more aggressive, and he's trying to put more pace on the ball. That's absolutely necessary. So far, so good. Umpires warning Zhao that his services are being pulled back instead of being projected up 16 centimeters minimally. Table has a little water on it. Zhao has asked for the assistant umpire to come and clean it off. So far, there's been a really nice recovery by Nikolenko. Oh, a little unlucky there. I see that Nikolenko's called a timeout. Player can call the timeout or the coach. Doesn't matter. A bit of an unfortunate point, but they count.
Просто легонько на стол, не сильно. Не налетай на подачу, понял? Подожди, пока она раскрутится, и потом прими. А так все хорошо играет, все хорошо клеится, все хорошо получается.
A good coach will only provide 1 or 2 suggestions to their players because it's such a fast-paced game. Players have to be very specific about changes they're going to make because if not, you can get your mind muddled and become more confused.
So the time allowance for a timeout is 60 seconds. You don't have to take the full time, but in that instance, that's what's happened.
Well, that's the first time I saw Zhao be a little tentative with the return, and Nikolenko was able to take advantage of that. That's a little bit of a change. Nice aggressive attack, and he kept it up all 3 shots. Zhao's starting to mount a bit of a comeback.
This game much closer than game 1, 8-8.
The last 2 points been a little soft in returns, given the points that Nikolenko had before that.
Well, that was a crucial point for Nikolenko because that gone Zhao Shui's way. Then it had been game point to go 2-love in front. And that could still happen. First player to 11 takes the game, but you need to win by 2 points or more. So in that instance, 11-9 is the minimum. So now it's Nikolenko who has game point to take the match 1-1. But it's Zhao Shui to serve. And Nikolenko takes that game 2, and the match is now 1-1. So the world number 4, Zhao Shui, who was 1 game in front, it's now all been levelled up, and this is the best of 5. Well, that game-winning point, the net coming to Nikolenko's aid. Sometimes it works out like that, though, John. Sometimes the net is your friend.
It certainly can be, or your foe. It depends on which side of the ball you're on or which side of the net you're on. Let's see who comes out in this game. It was a nice recovery by Nikolenko. I was quite impressed because he was dominated on the first game by a very, very aggressive Zhao. So we'll see how this game turns out. I anticipate we'll see Zhao, again, try to become dominant as the aggressor and the attacker.
Terrific winning shot from Zhao Shui, diagonally across the table. Real speed and precision. Boom. 2-1. 2-0 even.
That ball was a little high in the backhand. They're not always that easy because the racket is jammed against your chest. It's hard to extend out from that. Service fault for point. It's the fourth or fifth time that Zhao's hit that top of that net in the last, well, the set, I guess. And so much power. It hits, the net is so tight. It hits and just immediately just goes right off. Slower ball, maybe not, but definitely those ones with pace. Really great point by Nikolenko. He got Zhao back near the surrounding surrounds, and he just kept them there until he finished them off. Really a nice recovery by Nikolenko because he was down 4-1. Good counter-hitting rally. Counter-hitting rallies mean usually a lot less spin and a lot more power straight to the ball. In that case, because the ball had very little pace on it, it hit the net, it just fell over the net. Unlike the power ones would hit the net and just fly off. Maybe a little bit of a mental lapse there. Undeterred, Zhao's just going to keep swinging until he either makes it or misses it. That's his style. That's his trademark, and that's the way he plans on playing. He missed a softball a minute ago, came right back and attacked the next one. I've seen players sometimes add a little bit of wetness on the table on purpose to slow down and get a towel down. Certainly not suggesting that Nikolenko would ever do that. Oh, I admire that rally. The short one on the forehand, just a gentle return, then the aggressive shot after that. Zhao was in full control of that whole rally. See, there's the example when it hits the net with power, it flies right off.
This game goes 9-9. First player to 11 points. If they win by 2 clear, will take the game. So there's a possibility now for both players to try and take this game 11-9. Nikolenko has the next serve.
Nice returns by Nikolenko because Zhao went at his body 3 times. And he was able to dig it and return them, all 3.
Now Nikolenko has a game point, and this will put him 2-1 in front in this best-of-5 match. Semi-final at the Paralympic Games for the men's singles Class 8. And Nikolenko takes that second game, 11 points to 9. We were just saying a few seconds ago, if you get to 11, you need to win by 2 clear, and that's what's happened. 11-9 in the second game, and it goes 2-1 to Nikolenko. They've already had their timeout. And Zhao Shui will also now try and regroup, and we'll see what happens in game 4. That was the moment Nikolenko knew that he'd taken the second, well, his second game in game 3 to take it 2-1. And now Zhao Shui needs to win this next game in order to take it to a 5th game decider. So once again, the assistant umpire, Louis-Jean Longpierre, over to wipe the table, make it clean as sweat. And now game 4 begins. Are we going to a 5th game decider? Can Zhao Shui pull this back? Because he's won 3 Paralympic golds in a row. And if Zhao Shui was to get to the final, he'll be going for his 4th Paralympic gold medal.
It's interesting, the first game when Zhao had total control of the game in terms of his tack, methodology, it's changing. And I think that this is it's good to see. From a purely coaching perspective, it's really nice to see coaches suggest things and players will try to adjust. We're just getting a timeout now because things are not going really well right now for Zhao, and his coach needs to give him some suggestions, not too many, where he can change the way this game is going. But he's 100% an attack player, and he's not making them right now.
怎么得劲儿怎么打，完拉的时候就拉得清楚就可以，拉清楚完分开2边，对不对？啊！但是你注意，他打你的时候啊，他球是不往前走的，他很轻，哎，你赢前一些啊，一定现在啊要相信自己，知道吧？他根本打不了你。啊！哎呀妈，那个。
Well, I think the occasion and pressure getting to Zhao Shui. He's a 3-time Paralympic champion. He took the first title at 17 years old in London. But now 3 points to love for Maxim Nikolenko in this crucial game 4. If Nikolenko wins this, he's through to the final. Meanwhile, Zhao Shui needs to win this game in order to stay in the hunt for his 4th Paralympic gold medal. And I'm talking about singles matches here as well. 4th singles title in a row.
There's definitely a change here, psychologically, from Zhao. He is not the confident player he was in his first match. He's misfiring some shots now, uncharacteristic compared to the first game. And those slow topspin loops, as we call them, were not being that successful for Nikolenko in the first game, and now they are. I have a feeling that probably Zhao's arm is starting to tighten, or he's starting to tighten a bit, physically and psychologically.
I think the assistant umpire there just a tad annoyed that Nikolenko was in his way. It's a crucial point for Zhao Shui, that last one. It's now 5-2 because this game was starting to slip away from the 29-year-old from People's Republic of China.
It's a nice forehand lift down the line, 3 points in a row now. Zhao, as he's attempting to make his comeback.
So Zhao's managed to claw this back, 5-5. And now 6-5 in front, and we're starting to see some stronger reactions, let's say.
Another great point. That looks like there was a very timely timeout, as it's been a huge change in the way this game is unfolding.
Well, that'll go Zhao Shui's way. Now 3 points in front. Is this match going to go 2-2? The assistant umpire, I think, has spent more time out of his seat than he has in it.
Nice forehand ball down the line. It was in the middle. It gave him options, I think, Zhao, to go anywhere he wanted. He could have changed his mind right there if he wanted and gone to his backhand. But he saw the opening clearly to his forehand. this is the Zhao we saw in the first game.
So it's a crucial game point here, and he'll have more chances if this doesn't go his way. So it's now 10-6. Second game point for Zhao to try and level this 2-2. The three-time singles Paralympic champion trying to get a place in the final. We'll get another game point. It's 11-7. Whoever progresses to the final will go on to contest gold and silver. The other player will get a bronze medal at these Paralympic Games. Now another wipe down at the table. Maybe also an opportune moment just for Zhao Shui, just to slow down the points that have been coming in for Nikolenko. Great spin off that Nikolenko serve. Really did start to sway around in the air. And now 11-7, and Zhao is 2-2. And his hunt for the gold medal now continues. Trying to vie for his fourth Paralympic singles title in a row. Took the first game 11-6, lost the next two 11-9, 11-9, and has taken that fourth game 11-7. Well, John, we're going to a fifth game decider. Does this 29-year-old have it in him to make it through to the final? Will Nikolenko come back to win this fifth game?
I think he can, because his game, when he's on, when he's the aggressor, when he finishes points or tries to finish them, even if he misses one or two, he is the more dominant player on the table. However, if he gets slowed down a bit, because Nikolenko slow him down with slow top spins that go deep, he misses a few, he could lose his confidence. So this will be very interesting. It's a really kind of a styles, you know, which style will be the dominant style. It's always been the belief, I think, in table dance and maybe other racket sports, the aggressor, if they're consistent, is going to be the winner.
So game 5, the winner takes a place in the final. Whoever loses this match, it's not all a loss, because you end up with a Paralympic bronze medal. So Zhao Shui takes the first point and has the second serve. Now 2 points in front. And Nikolenko will get his 2 serves now. Crucial that he wins his service points to try and level up.
That was one of those slow top spins down the line, full of spin. And either you're going to have to loop them by closing your racket or blocking it and letting all that work that Nikolenko did with the spin to take the ball back. They'll now change sides because it's the 5th game. But again, what we're seeing is the Zhao that we saw in the first game, and also in the 4th for that matter, the aggressor, the attacker. And when he's on, he's virtually impossible to beat.
Yes, game 1 and game 4, similar results. Zhao Shui took the first game 11-6. He took game 4 11-7. And those have been the biggest winning margins, because the other 2 games for Nikolenko were both won 11-9.
That was an incredibly strange rally. It's like they both gave up and just stopped hitting. Maybe they thought it was a net serve. It's like,
It did look that way, didn't it?
Yeah,
it almost looked like, okay, I'll just...
yeah, tap it back.
Yeah, I'll tap it back. And I think now he's just realised.
Nice top spin. In addition, there's side spin on that, just by the way he angled his racket across his body. So it's got full of top spin along with side spin. Nice placement by Nikolenko. Down the line, I think Zhao thought he was going cross court. Nice forehand attack right down the middle.
Zhao Shui now has a 4-point lead in this crucial game 5. Whoever wins this game goes through to the final to contest gold and silver. The losing player, you can't really say they lose because they get a bronze medal.
What an incredibly powerful cross the court topspin loop to the corner. Watch him pivot here.
World-class shots from a world-class player. And now Zhao Shui trying to set up a game point. He's 5 points in front at the moment, 9-4.
What a brilliant counter-attack by Nikolenko. The neat thing about that is that Zhao powered the ball, looked like it was a winner right there, and he just blocked it back to the opposite side. Maybe got jammed a bit, doesn't matter, brilliant.
And we've seen this before from Zhao Shui, just this teetering as well, the slight nerves that creep in when he knows he's on the verge of either a game point or actually taking the game and the match itself. So only 3 points now between these two. Nikolenko serving. Zhao Shui, 29 years old, on the verge now of going into the men's singles Class 8 final at the Paralympic Games, Paris 2024. Oh, that return right on the back edge of the table. Return from Nikolenko. Zhao Shui steps forward and clatters the ball into the net. So it's another match point.
Another great rally. No one's holding back here because they can't. It has to be full-out attack.
So Zhao Shui will get another match point here. But he's running out of chances. Needs to make sure Nikolenko doesn't catch up, because this could go deuce if it goes 10-10. Then we go to single serves. Once again, the assistant umpire out with his towel. I've lost count now of the amount of times he's had to wipe sweat off the table. And that's it, it's all over. On the third match point, the 3-time Paralympic singles champion. He first took that title at 17 years old in London. He did it again in Rio 4 years later. And again, another 4-year gap till Tokyo. And now 3 years on, Zhao Shui is in another Paralympic men's singles Class 8 final. Matching Nikolenko, just played so well at times, taking game 2 and game 3 to level this match up to 2-2. It went to a 5th game decider. And Zhao Shui from People's Republic of China has taken this match 3-2. Maxim Nikolenko, meanwhile, representing Ukraine, is a bronze medalist at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games.
I think if again you look at it technically, it was Zhao's to win, or lose for that matter. He only has one style, in my opinion. It's 100% attack. Now, not every point right off the first serve or the first ball back, but if he's successful with his attack balls from both wings, he's very, very difficult to beat. We just saw that, I think.
Lovely photo moment for Zhao Shui sitting next to the scoreboard. And that was it, the moment Zhao Shui knew that he got to another final. So will history be made with Zhao Shui? Can he take the gold medal again? Maxim Nikolenko, on the other hand, a bronze medal. And a decent day's work for the Ukrainian. Disappointed, of course, not to go through to the final, but to get a Paralympic bronze medal is a world-class achievement. So this is the story of the match. 3 games to 2. Points won on serve was the difference. Zhao Shui with 27 to 23. The longest rally, 13 strokes. And in the end, the 3-time singles Paralympic champion is in another gold medal match. Meanwhile, Nikolenko with the bronze medal. And Zhao Shui goes on to contest the gold medal, or will it be silver? Well, we'll have to wait and find out.
11h48, on vous retrouve évidemment dans cette magnifique salle, l'Arena Paris Sud, dans laquelle évidemment nous sommes présents jusqu'à demain pour la dernière journée des épreuves de para-tennis de table. Dans quelques minutes, belle vie. Et oui, le sport continue, le para-tennis de table reprend ses droits. Mais avant cela, profitons un petit peu de ces instants pour faire la fête.
Yes. In a few minutes now, we'll have some more matches coming up with more semi-finals in women's singles 8, for example, and quarterfinal in women's singles 9. But in the meantime, we have a little surprise for you. We want to hear your singing voices. Ça va être votre moment de chanter. Et là, je veux vraiment que tout le monde soit présent, que les enfants s'en donnent à cœur joie, que les écoles soient avec nous, que tout le monde soit avec nous. On leur dit pas la chanson.
Est-ce que tout le monde connaît le karaoké?
Does everyone know karaoke? Yeah? Okay. So, in a few seconds now, I won't tell you the title of the song, because this is a French song, okay? Like, it's rock and roll. Okay?
Rock and roll et chansons françaises. Bon, on va
And
deviner.
everyone knows it. I hope so. Come on, let's do it. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Here we go for the karaoke. Look at the big screen.
On vous laisse découvrir, c'est parti.
Mais qu'est-ce que c'est?
Vous allez vite reconnaître. Hein.
Vous l'avez reconnu?
Allez, c'est parti, tous ensemble.
Clap, 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 clap.
So this next semi-final, Norway versus Germany. Ida Husik-Dahlen, world number 1, versus Julianne Wolf of Germany, world number 4. So the standard just gets higher and higher as we progress to the final. The winner of this one goes through to the final to contest the gold and silver medal. And whoever doesn't go forward gets a bronze medal out of this semi-final. So everyone's a winner, really. And we'll be on table 1. And we're in hall number 4 in the South Paris Arena. Another packed, sellout crowd. It's just been brilliant to see so many people celebrating the world of para-table tennis. There's a great atmosphere, not only in the arena, but also outside as well. It's just buzzing. Everyone's happy. Everyone's loving it. Waving flags, getting involved and celebrating para-table tennis. So here comes Julianne Wolf, smile on her face already, looks relaxed. And Ida Husik-Dahlen of Norway. The flags are waved for the world number 1 against the world number 4 from Germany. Now, John, you're a national coach of Canada. It must always be good when you would see your players come out to a match with such positive body language.
Actually, it gives you goosebumps, to be perfectly honest. The idea to get there and to reach the pinnacle of success, getting your athlete, helping your athlete, encouraging your athlete to be able to be where they are now and hoping to push them further to the next level.
Well, I just thought for a moment there, Julianne Wolf was thinking, oh, might chip off to Charles de Gaulle Airport and leave this early, but of course it's her towel, water and equipment. So this one's a real tough one to call. Could go either way with both of these players. One thing's for sure, I think we're in for a real treat here. We've got Ida Husik-Dahlen, bronze medalist from Tokyo, silver medalist in the World Championships in the singles, and the current European champion when she took that gold in Sheffield in the UK last year. She was also Para-Athlete of the Year 2021 and 2022, and is now 33 years old. Meanwhile, Julianne Wolf of Germany, 36, 4th in the singles at Rio. She has a silver medal at World Championship doubles and a silver medal at World Championship team event with the class 6 to 8. And she also has a bronze medal from the World Championship singles in 2014. Julianne Wolf, also at European level, has a silver medal in the doubles. That was at Sheffield last year, and a bronze medalist in the singles at the European Championships. That's the kind of caliber of both of these players. As we prepare now for the warm-up, the players will get 2 minutes just to get a feel for the arena, a feel for the conditions before this women's singles semi-final, and it's class 8.
You just tell the way they slapped hands and grinned. These ladies know each other, and they know each other well.
So the toss just taking place at the moment. The umpire, Amanda Pace-Leong of Singapore, and the assistant umpire, Corinne Com of France. So that's to decide who will serve first in the match. Now, John, rackets. We've spoken quite a bit about rackets. Just before we have a closer look at Ida Husik-Dahlen, the 33-year-old, and her route to the semi-final.
Yes. I think
so quarter-final win, 3-2. And Julianne Wolf, 36 years old, vying for a place in the final. And there's that quarter-final result, 3-1. But John, yes, rackets.
Yes. You can have different, I guess, shapes. I think you look at Dahlen's racket, she's got like almost like a hexagon type of racket, and that's quite legal. The rubbers have to be different colors because often the rubber surfaces are different, or there can be sponge or no sponge underneath the rubber against the wood. So that's why you saw the rackets on the table there prior, so they can each take a peek at their opponent's rackets so they know exactly what types of rubbers they're using and what they're playing against.
So a few more seconds to go in this warm-up, the last 2 minutes. And then we'll get underway with this semi-final. Ida Husik-Dahlen, the world #1 from Norway, versus Julianne Wolf of Germany. World #1 versus world #4. So this match now about to get underway. The world #1 to serve first.
That was a great shot. She was off balance. Dahlen was definitely off balance. Wolf, I thought she had her and just blocked it back right on the line. And Dahlen was a little off table there. When I say off table, it's usually meter, a little bit more. Could be all the way back to surrounds. And she was able to use her good footwork to position the ball to her advantage.
So backhand serve from Wolf. The ball must be tossed a minimum of 16 centimetres into the air off a flat palm. If you're unable to do it from a flat palm, you can use the racket and serve from a flat racket or from another part of your arm or wrist. And the ball must be visible to your opponent at all times.
That attack right there, it's called familiarity breeds contempt. She knew exactly before she threw it out what she was going to give her.
Great return from the world #1. 5 points in front already in this opening game 1.
At this point in time, Dahlen is completely in control. Wolf is having some difficulties just returning the ball. A lot of great focus here by both athletes.
And that's the first point for Julianne Wolf. Still 6 points behind the world #1, however.
Nice long, deep serve. Coach is very pleased. He's obviously passing on very positive things to Dahlen. It's going very well. Combination hits using both sides. We now have game point.
Well, Juliana Wolf manages to peg back a point, but still 8 points behind. This is a real mountain to climb, a big ask, particularly when you're playing the world #1. Meanwhile, Hussik-Dahlen will have many chances to put this game away. And that is 11-2, and the world #1 goes one game in front. It's one love, and Ida Hussik-Dahlen of Norway takes that first game 11 points to 2.
Den hat sie versucht, ein bisschen so zu schupfen, der ging nicht mehr. Ja, das wird er machen. Ja.
Well, 3 shots there with that powerful forehand from the world #1. Will we see more of that in game #2? Will Juliana Wolf wise up to it? Perhaps that's just what her and her coach have just been talking about. Well, German's not that strong, so it's just trying to catch some words there. But game #2, still early stages of this women's singles Class 8 semi-final at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. World #1, Ida Hussik-Dahlen of Norway against Juliana Wolf, world #4 of Germany. This is game 2.
That was a better positional return by Wolf, because we're towards the elbow, armpit actually, and definitely did jam Dahlen on that one.
So Wolf now already 2 points to love.
Yes, this won't deter Dahlen. She has a plan in her head, and she's going to stick to it. Net point felt over. So again, the players acknowledge that it's not the best way to win, but they'll certainly take that point.
So he allowed the first towel break after 6 points. And there's no real time limit per se for a towel break, but it's just done with respect to your opponent, that you just get on with things as quickly as possible, wipe yourself down, back to the table, and get on with the game.
There was an attempt there to try to change it up for sure. No question in my mind that Wolf knows what she needs to do. She can't be passive. Just a warning in the service toss.
And so we were talking about that 16-centimetre minimum height of the toss, and umpire Amanda Pei-Sang-Leon of Singapore just spotted something that she thought was wrong with the toss and just spoke to Hussik-Dahlen about that. Well, a much closer match, this one. This is more of what we expected. Hussik-Dahlen took the first game 11 points to 2. This one now poised at 5-4 to Wolf of Germany.
Again, Dahlen's going to stick to the plan, as mentioned before. That's her style. She's not going to change it. So she lives or dies literally as an athlete by playing the way she plays.
Just that mixture of fore and backhand. There's that time we see a forehand winner. Again, diagonal across the table. It's a real signature of the world #1. That's that last point win with that backhand. There's a real flick and with real speed. Well, took a big swipe at that one. And again, it's level, 6-6. This one's anyone's game. Usyk Darlin already 1 game to love in front.
This is the only way, really, Wolf has a chance, I think, to be successful, is to try to force errors on Darlin, because, again, she's going to attack. Nice placement.
So Darlin clatters the neck there. Coach just reminding her. Backhand slice, perhaps. First player to 11 points takes the game, but you need to win by 2 clear points or more. So 11-9 in that instance is the minimum.
Oh, I like that decision. I really did by Wolf. She went for it. She was up by a point. What a good strategic decision. She didn't finish it, but the idea was excellent. Oh, best rally by far of this match. Darlin came out to a winner on that one. Completely different game. Wolf is definitely pushing her to limits.
That's game point to go 2-love in front. Crucial moment for the world #1, because if she goes 2 in front, she only needs to win 1 more to take the match 3-love. Julianne Wolf 2 points behind, but this is game point for Usyk Darlin of Norway. And Usyk Darlin, the world #1, takes that game. It's now 2 games to love. So Julianne Wolf, they'll have to think again in this break before we go into a crucial game 3. Julianne Wolf now needs to win 2 games in a row in order to stay in this semi-final.
Kom igen Aida! Us!
Darlin's like very businesslike. She's there for a purpose. She has a goal in mind, and believe me, it's not sober. She wants her goal. She wants to win that goal. This is a step in the direction. She hasn't gotten there yet, but that is definitely her goal. A nice directed ball by Wolf, but again, off table. Again, only millimeters, but that's the game of table tennis. There's a timeout. Called by Dahlin's coach. I think he just wants her to stay focused and not try to overplay the ball. Know that she's in a very good position.
Okay, ja, das geht jetzt lang der Ausschlag nicht. Warum nicht lang? Okay. Sonst wird sie vielleicht übertragen. Okay. Versuch mal nachher ein leerer Ausschlag mit Zufluss. Leer aus.
Again, Dahlin's coach just doesn't want her to get ahead of herself. Just taking her time, no rush here. Enjoy the moment.
There's another strong start to this game for Dahlin, 5 points to 3 in front. Great serve there as well, with real spin, and Wolf couldn't really handle it too well, and it goes off the back of the table too long on the return shot.
Moved the ball around very well there. Coach is very happy. And she's constantly acknowledging him too, between points. There's a nice rally by Wolf. Give a timeout. Norway.
Och när du servar oskuld att det kommer bli lite extra så inte den blir en sån liksom. Och det är inte fel att spela nya skulden långsamt. Underbart ser det ut där. Kom igen!
So you see the timeout clock just being removed now from the table. 60 seconds is the allowance. You can use the entire 60 seconds. You don't have to, but one thing's for sure, if you've called the timeout and then your player returns to the table, the opponent must also return. So here we go, it's 7-4 to the world number 1. Big cheer from Juliana Wolf. It was Dahlin that clattered the net. But Wolf, crucial point, because Dahlin is 2 games to love in front, so Wolf needs to win this one and the next one to stand a chance of even going to that 5th game decider and making it to the final. Apology from Darlin on that one, but just clipped the edge of the table. Me and my wife were playing over the summer, and that happened to me. I know how it feels. But they all count. If it hits the table, and the point is won. But very respectful of the world #1 to put her hand up to say sorry.
It was a high-quality rally. Travis Wolf has no intentions of giving up. She's going to fight right through every single point and make down earn it. Last few rallies, Wolf has done very, very well, keeping the ball in play, trying to be strategic with where she places the ball, and it's been successful the last few points.
So this game is another close one. And can Wolf get over the line here and take this 2 games to 1? 8-8. Once again, we see that forehand from Darlin, the world #1. 1 point shy now of a match point. That happened earlier in game 1. That forehand just too strong, too much side spin, going away from Juliana Wolf as she moved across. And now it's 10-8 and it's match point. Darlin just takes a towel break. Is this the moment she gets into the final? If that were to happen, Juliana Wolf of Germany would get a bronze medal. It's not over yet. And there we have it. Ada Husick-Darlin is into the final of the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. And the emotions just flow. What a life she's had. Born in Bosnia and Herzegovina and then adopted by Norwegian couple Lars and Anne Darlin, who are in the crowd with the Norwegian flag.
Darlin always seems to put so much pressure on herself.
And has now taken this match 3 games to love. 11-2, 11-8 and 11-8. And a 3-love win. And she's waving up to her supporters and family. And Ada Husick-Darlin, representing Norway, is through to the final. Meanwhile, Juliana Wolf of Germany, it's a bronze medal at the Paralympic Games. So a great day for her as well. Fantastic achievement to come to Paris, the neighbouring country of Germany, and pick up a bronze medal. But for Ada Husick-Darlin, it could be gold, it could be silver. We'll just have to wait and see.
She won the game
So that's how the match unfolded. 3 games to love. Points won, 33 from the world number 118 for Juliana Wolf, and that really was the difference. Also, those points won on serve. So the world number 1 into the final for the gold and silver medal for Juliana Wolf of Germany, confirmed as the bronze medalist.
Demain, 13h,
Next match is the women's singles semi-final in Class 9. Lina Ley of Australia, world number 1, against Neslihan Kavas of Turkey, world number 5. Plenty of medals between these two athletes, just as we await now their announcement into the South Paris arena on day 9 of the Paralympic Games for Paris 2024. A place in the final at stake, and for the athlete who doesn't make it through to the final in this semi-final, well, they get to take a bronze medal back to their country. So Australia versus Turkey in this women's single quarter-final. Sorry, I think I just said semi a second ago. So quarter-final match in the Class 9. And if you make it through to the semi-final, then a bronze medal is guaranteed. And of course, then on to the final for gold and silver. So the athletes now just being announced into the arena. So Lina Ley of Australia, now 36 years old, gold medalist in the Tokyo singles, gold medalist in the London singles, gold medalist in the Beijing singles, and a silver medal at the Athens Paralympic Games. She's also a silver medalist in the Commonwealth Games, so a whole medal haul to her name already. Neslihan Kavas of Turkey, 37 years old, silver medalist in the singles in the London Paralympics in Class 9, and a bronze medalist in Beijing in the singles for Class 9. So a wealth of Paralympic medals between both of these athletes. John, what do you think we could expect here in this match?
It's really hard to make a decision on that one just yet. I have had a chance to see Ley play. She's very strong. She comes from a strong background, strong pedigree, actually, in terms of her achievements. At this stage, one would assume that she would be the dominant player. But again, you don't get to the quarterfinals by not being successful. So I anticipate these players will feel themselves out a little bit, and we'll see where it goes from there. So let's see. I'm not sure, but let's see. They just had their rackets picked up. They were brought in by the umpire and from the call room, and they will have a quick 2-minute warm-up. Anyway, the rackets can be of varying rubbers, I guess, and surfaces. So you're allowed to look at your opponent's racket before you start to play. So you can determine what types of rubbers they have and how you may have to adjust to that ball.
So Lina Ley, 36 years old, of Australia. And her opponent, Neslihan Kavas of Turkey, 37 years old. As they just get used to the arena and get used to the occasion during this warm-up, which is up to 2 minutes long. And here's our umpire from Lebanon, Imad Merheb. And on the opposite side of the table, we have the assistant umpire from Finland, and that's Jonas Kivimäki. Well, one thing's for sure, they won't be playing like that during the game when it gets going with game 1 in this match.
Absolutely not. Like any strong players, I anticipate they're going to use the whole table, forehands and backhands. At this level, they are accomplished at all the basic strokes.
women's singles, WS9, that's the Class 9 quarter-final about to begin. Lina Ley of Australia versus Neslihan Kavas of Turkey. A place in the semi-final at stake, and that means a guaranteed bronze medal, because even if you don't make it on to the final, you take the bronze. And then for that athlete going through to the gold medal match, well, it's gold or silver at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. So 36-year-old Australian versus 37-year-old Turkey. So a match which is at least balanced by age as well. This is it. This is game one. First of the match.
First ball was a light push that went into the net, perhaps a soft point. Kavas there tried to initiate the attack. I would imagine that would be a very, very wise decision on her part. Good combination there. Quick strokes. Nice service. The backspin, side spin on that.
So you see Ley there just serving with the flat palm. Those are the rules for the serve. And you need to toss the ball at least 16 centimetres into the air. You can go higher than that. If you're unable to use a flat palm, you can use the flat part of the racket or another part of your arm or wrist. And it's the first player to reach 11 points who will win each game. But you need to win by 2 clear points. So in that instance, 11-9 is the minimum. If it goes deuce, that's 10-10. There's also no double serve system. It goes to single serves. And it's the first player then to win by 2 clear points.
Definitely the strategy for Kavas is that she needs to be the aggressor. She's having difficulty doing that, but I think she knows what she needs to do. Can she implement it? Time will tell. Nice combination rally, using backhand and forehand side. Ley is disguising her serves well and using multiple spins. There, now we see what Kavas needs to do. As soon as you serve 3-ball, you attack the next ball. Because if she doesn't, her opponent will. That's a guarantee.
And that serve before was a let serve. That's allowed. You don't lose a serve then because of that. You just get to retake.
That's correct. Nice, strong ball deep in the court. Ley is left-handed, and her opponent, Kavas, is, of course, right-handed. That can cause some consternation for sure, because they're just opposite from where they hit in terms of how it's done. Every racket sport, it's the same thing.
So that was a crucial game point for Ley. It's now the second game point.
There it is. Strong forehand drive down to Ley's forehand, or down the line if you would.
It's a third game point now for the 3-time singles Paralympic champion. And now 10-6, fourth game point. I mean, Ley is in a comfortable position in terms of these game points will just keep coming, but she'll want to get over the line and try and take this 1-love. And then just does so, just with an unforced error mistake from Cavas. And Lina Lei of Australia is 1 game up. It's 1-love in this best-of-5 quarter-final. Takes the first game, 11 points to 6. So game number 2, Cavas to serve.
That was a lovely shot. First backhand toss spin, down the line, and then cross court with another backhand. Lovely work. Lei is playing a lot of services in the middle of the table. What's happening is Cavas is sending it long, and she has the option of going wing to wing after that. Another one in the middle. They have an edge ball, but the idea and the strategy was good. She knew where she wanted to put it. She wanted to put it wide. She was aggressive with the ball, which again, she absolutely has to be.
Just maybe a little too much spin and not enough power on that. The idea was there, though.
Oh, it certainly was. Another example there again with Lei. Serve in the middle. There, she can go either way. She could go down the line with that one or cross court, and unfortunately, Cavas really has no options here. Looks like we now have a timeout. What a good coach will do on a timeout is only give 1 or 2 suggestions. Any more than that can often confuse the player because it's such a fast game. You process so quickly, you just want to keep it basic, whatever changes you're about to make.
Yeah, and the Turkish coach and Neslihan Cavas not quite using the allocation of 60 seconds. You're allowed up to a minute. You don't have to take it in full. But it means that Lina Lei of Australia also now has the option of a timeout during this match.
That was a better stroke by Cavas. She tried to use her backhand down across to Lei's forehand and was successful. Change in location to serve that time. They decided to go down to her backhand and then attack from there.
Tremendous amount of spin as well on that last serve.
Back in the middle. There we go. She's just varying it wherever she wants. She just has so many more things in her toolbox, as I say, in terms of all the options that Lei can bring to the match. And all Kavath's trying to do is just get the ball back on the table.
And in singles matches, the ball can land anywhere on the other side of the net. In doubles matches, you have to play right to left. And it goes over the net and over that centre line that you can see down the middle of the table. But in singles, it's just about getting it over. And this is game point again for Lei. And she'll have multiple chances here as well, even though it's just gone 10-4. Still got another 5 chances at game point.
Oh, what a lovely rally that was. Good for her. That's not giving up. Multiple attack shots and got it wide enough to beat Lei on her forehand. That was a nice shot. Another good one. It may have nicked the net because the hand went up there from Kavath, just like acknowledging it. Just a tiny graze. Throws everything off.
4th game point for Lei. And it's all over. 11 points to 6. First player to get to 11 points and to win by 2 clear points takes the game. So Lina Lei of Australia are now already 2 games in front. It's 2 games to love. She once again takes that game 11-6, just like game 1. So crucially now for Lina Lei of Australia, just 1 more game required to get through to the semi-final. Neslihan Kavath, on the other hand, now needs to win the next 2 games in order to stand a chance of taking this to a 5th game decider. It's the best of 5, and a place in the women's singles 9-class semi-final is at stake.
Yeah, the Turkey coach is imploring his player to do more, but you can only do what you have to bring to the match. She's trying very, very hard. But again, Lei has so many options, so many skills at her disposal.
Well, that's just gone Lei's way there. Sometimes the net is your friend, it comes into your favour. And now that's 2 points to love already. You need to remember as well that Lina Lei is a 3-time Paralympic singles champion. Beijing, London and Tokyo.
Just a mishit there on Lei's racket. I think it clipped the top of her racket on the edge. A nice backhand there by Kavath, right at her body. Lei knew exactly what she wanted to do with it. It was power it across court, but just missed it. Nice counter hit rally there. By counter hitting, it's generally hitting with not a lot of spin. Quick countering is what it really is, what it says. Another extraordinarily good rally by Kavath. She's moved her around a bit and finished it off with a really nice backhand cross court to Lei's forehand. Those misses that Kavath is making there they're not really that unforced, and that there's a lot of spin. She's trying to block it back, and she just missed timing it.
Oh. Well, if there's one way of winning a point in table tennis, it's just like that. Ball comes so high, and Lei just, well, it's just the table's wide open. It's just a case of making sure that you make contact with the table and win the point. So a three-time Paralympic champion is now 6-4 in front. And now 7-4. This is a crucial game for both players because Li Na Lei, if she wins this game, goes through to the semi-final. On the other hand, if Neslihan Cavas takes this game, then she needs to win game 4 as well in order to try and take this to a 2-2 and go for a 5th game decider.
Cavas knows she's overmatched, but you can see by the eyes that she's not going to give up. She got this far, she'll play every point until it's over. Nice point.
And comes back to win that point, a 4-point gap. Li Na Lei now trying to set up a match point. It's 9 points to 5 with Cavas with the serve. And now here comes the match point.
Nice shot. Basically in the middle of the table. She made a couple of solid returns, forcing a second match point.
And Li Na Lei just trying to go for a winner. If that forehand didn't come off twice. Now serving again, second match point. And there we have it. Finishes 11 points to 6, and the athletes shake hands, and the three-time Paralympic singles champion is into the semi-final. So Li Na Lei has just secured herself at least a bronze medal, because no matter what happens in the semi-final, she'll either take bronze or move on through to the gold medal match in order to contest the gold and silver. All 3 games exactly the same score, 11-6, 11-6, 11-6. So Turkey took their timeout. Australia, on the other hand, didn't need that. And Li Na Lei, who took gold in the singles in Beijing, London and Tokyo, goes through to the final to contest the gold and silver medal at Paris 2024. So that was the moment. Li Na Lei knew that she was through to the semi-final, and straight over to shake the hand and congratulate her opponent, Neslihan Cavas of Turkey. So a dominant performance by the 36-year-old from Australia. And Neslihan Cavas in that instance just couldn't respond to Li Na Lei's forehand, nor to the scores in the match. All games finishing 11 points to 6. Fairly convincing route through to the semi-final for Li Na Lei. And that is the story of the match. 3 games to love. And those points won on serve just said it all. 18 points to 10. Li Na Lei of Australia is into the semi-final and on the hunt for a 4th single Paralympic gold medal. More world-class para table tennis from the Paris South Arena. We've witnessed here in hall number 4 on table number 1. We've just seen Lina Lei of Australia go through to the semi-final. The 3-time Paralympic gold medalist is still on the hunt for a 4th gold.